Today we'll discuss Renaissance period and English language. Renaissance word has been derived from French language and its meaning is revival of knowledge, that rebirth of knowledge. Knowledge has been constructed anew, afresh, and its time span is 1500 AD to 1650 AD. It started from Italy, Venice, and it spread all over Europe. And Greek scholars migrated from Greece to Italy, and they settled here and they started expansion of knowledge. As my understanding or reading is concerned, knowledge started from Hazrat Abraham alayhi salam 1813 BCE to 1644. Later on other prophets also came like Hazrat Solomon alayhi salam, and afterwards Hinduism spread and its four Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, they were presented in 2500 BC, and later on Zoroastrianism, Zoroaster alayhi salam, he presented the idea of unification of God in 300 BC, and very close to the period of Zoroastrians, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, they got fame all over the world. And still whenever we try to explore any piece of knowledge or any domain of knowledge, we find its roots in Greece, and these roots have their interrelationship with Socrates, Plato, or Aristotle. So most of the knowledge has interconnectivity with Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Then Roman Empire, it started from 27 BCE to 14 CE, and afterwards Muslim Spain got acme in the domain of knowledge from 711 to 1492, and after some centuries English Empire got power and English spread all over the world due to its colonialism and its desires to occupy all world. And afterwards America got power and fame, and it has supremacy in the domain of knowledge. Previously it was Eurocentric, and now it is revolving around American universities and American places. We want to explore causes of Renaissance, why and how Renaissance spread all over the world. Arab traders were very famous and they traveled all over the world. Arab traders and Italian traders, they have very close ties due to trade, and Arabs preserved ancient books and manuscripts, and they brought those books to Europe and they shared them with Italian scholars, and in this way Genoa, Naples, and Venice became hubs of Renaissance. In this period, art, literature, and philosophy was propagated, and they changed its previous structure to new structures. And the real concept of knowledge is power was presented by the Renaissance period. Some scholars believe that Arab traders have very powerful and dominating impact on Italians. It was a major cause of Renaissance, but sorry, but Black Death during 1348 and 1350 changed the entire worldview of people in Italy. This Black Death or plague caused destruction on large scale, that people started to look at the world and religion from different perspectives. When such diseases like coronavirus, COVID-19 or Black Death plagues, they entirely metamorphose the entire structure, and scholars opine that world would be different after this coronavirus disease. Their rules would be different, there would be social changes, there would be economic changes, and all scenario and framework of the world will change. Now we'll discuss some Renaissance personalities. First of all, Leonardo da Vinci. All of you are familiar with Mona Lisa paintings, and Leonardo is the creator of this painting. He is the founder of humanism and science. Humanism means love for human beings and love for science, and science and knowledge should work for the service of human beings, and humans are center of the universe. Leonardo has very diversified expertise, and he was expert in the domain of painting, sculpturing, art, philosophy. He invented parachute, tank, helicopter. He was a theorist of science, languages. He was a great linguist. He was an architect. He was an engineer. He was expert in different domains of science. He was a musician. He was knowing about mathematics, literature, anatomy, geology, astronomy, botany, paleontology, and cartography. He was knowing about movement of stars. He was also a deep knowledge about geography and other sciences of that era. He was not only the basic learner, he was the expert level that all people used to come to Leonardo da Vinci. He was not knowing only superficial knowledge, rather he was the expert or the greatest scholar in all these domains in his time. Polymath was an individual whose knowledge spans a significant number of subjects. He was not expert of one domain, he was a great scholar of different domains, and apparently they were opposing domains of knowledge. Nowadays, the world has also shifted to interdisciplinary studies, that knowledge can be constructed by the intersection of different domains of knowledge. People suppose one person is from medical science, another person is from arts, and another person belongs to languages, and another person is computer expert. If all of them work together on a single project, they can explore better ideas, and their knowledge would be multidimensional, and it would be more beneficial for the society. And nowadays data science is called the craziest domain, and it is in high demand in the world, and data science also demands such modern digital polymath who know about everything. Next scholar is Michelangelo. Michelangelo was an Italian sculptor, painter, architect, and poet of the High Renaissance. His influence on art knows no boundaries. Another great name is Dante, who wrote Divine Comedy. He was a German scholar, and his one quotation is very important, as you see on the screen: "The path to paradise begins in hell." So if you want ease, pleasure, paradise, you should face sufferings, tragedies, sorrows, because no pain, no gain. Renaissance changes, we will discuss some Renaissance changes, that what are the impacts of Renaissance on human beings. Renaissance started critical thinking. Human beings started to think out of the box. They were exploring those domains which were never explored earlier. And religion influenced a lot on the lives of people, but now people started to raise questions on the existence of God, acts of God, and religious values changed. This impact was present on drama too. If you read literature before Renaissance period, that literature was based on biblical stories, biblical ideas, and most of the religious personalities were writing such plays and dramas. But Renaissance changed them. Renaissance brought critical thinking, and they started to raise questions on the existence of God and on the acts of God. Then King James Bible was published. It also opened the eyes of the people, that what their parsons and fathers preaching, their ideas are contrary to the Bible. So people started to interpret Bible according to their own understandings, and they started to shed those whimsical ideas from the minds of the people, and some ideas were just empowered or influenced or propagated by preachers just to enslave the common people. Then Protestants, they also got power. Protestants, this is a religious sect, and it emerged in the revolt of Catholicism, Roman Catholics. Moreover, free thoughts were propagated in the Renaissance period. Literature changed from religion to man. Secular literature was being written, and man was declared as the center of the universe. Visual arts was presented. You must be looking at this picture. Here a crucifixion of Jesus Christ has been shown in this picture. Visual arts means all thoughts and ideas were presented in the form of arts, because human mind learns with the help of pictures, with the help of images, not with words. Architectural style also changed under the influence of Renaissance. Buildings were changed. Music, new musics were prepared and composed. New symphonies were introduced in the period of Renaissance. Another big change was navigation and geography. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed across the Atlantic Ocean from Spain, seeking a direct route to Asia. He accidentally stumbled upon the Americas, but believed he had reached the East Indies. Christopher Columbus discovered America by chance. And this discovery of America opened new vistas for human beings. Discovery of America also brought so many changes. New things were introduced, new ideas were introduced. Tobacco was not present before the discovery of America. Potato was introduced, quinine was introduced. Quinine is a medicine which was given as a treatment of fever. Later on, as I believe, that slavery also started. Okay, next point is, we are students of language and linguistics, and we want to explore language changes or linguistic changes in English language during Renaissance period. First of all, new words were coined. For instance, enthusiasm, democratic, illusion. A question is, from where have they taken new words? These new words were borrowed from Italian language, from Greek language, and from other domains of knowledge. If a person's knowledge is limited, that person's vocabulary is limited. When a person learns new genres of and new domains of knowledge, the person also learns new pieces of knowledge. A sound was changed into AE, like cake, fame. E was presented in words feet, heat, field, believe. Look at double E also gives E sound, EA letters also give E sound, IE also give E sound, and in believe IE also gives E sound. So these variations were introduced in Renaissance period. Orthography means study of spellings. Spellings also change with the passage of time. Remember, language is a living phenomena. As human beings, fashions change with the passage of time. Their eating habits also change. Their cultural values are modified with the passage of time. In the same way, language is not a stagnant phenomena. Language changes with the passage of time. So DOUTE, doubt, was changed into DOUBT. DETT, det, was changed into DEBT, and QUIR, require, was changed into CHOIR. Here you look at a picture. In this picture, a Shakespearean drama has been written in Renaissance period, and this was the real writing style of Renaissance period. Some other changes are synonyms were introduced. If you use one word repeatedly, listener and speaker feel boredom, and if a person introduces variety of words to express one idea or one thought, it shows the scholarship or the high caliber or high proficiency of a person's language. Classical derivations were introduced, like king, kingly, and this was the age of discoveries and inventions. Different things were discovered, different areas were discovered. New Holland was discovered, America was discovered, and new discoveries opened new vistas of knowledge. New cultures were explored, and people were inclined towards new inventions, because if a person invents something, the person was given an international fame, and human beings started to give benefits to other human beings. So a wave of ease started. So Johannesburg invented printing press in Germany. Later on, William Caxton brought printing press from Germany to London. And this printing press brought a revolution in the world of academia, knowledge, and expansion of knowledge. Previously, handwritten manuscripts were preserved in some libraries. A person was unable to access pieces of knowledge or the books, but now books were delivered to people. They were able to buy their own books and they were able to read them. So knowledge was constructed, knowledge was prepared, knowledge was disseminated all over the world. Later on, postal services were introduced and very cheap postage stamps were introduced for publication, for dissemination of newspapers. So newspapers were published and they were sent through postal services to all over the world. In this way, books and newspapers spread all over the world. So the world was given full-fledged access to academia, knowledge, ideas, thoughts. As we discussed earlier, that drama was so much religious and biblical. Now literary scholars got rid of religion and they started to write other domains of knowledge. So drama became secular, and the purpose of drama was not reformation of the society. Art for the sake of art was introduced. Criticism on church was started. Previously, it was considered sin to talk against church or missionaries or ecclesiastical society, but now everybody was having his or her own critical thoughts and they were capable to talk about church, religion, religious practices. Even they were able to condemn them. Some changes: Old, Middle and Modern English grammatical categories. There are 4 main grammatical cases in Old English, known by the Latin term nominative, accusative, genitive and dative. If I make it easier, like subjective, objective, possessive and double possessive. For instance, I, me, my, mine. We, us, our, ours. You, your, yours. He, him, his, his. She, her, hers. It, its, its. They, them, their, theirs. So these are 4 cases. Back in 1994, Bill Gates, this is a piece of information. It has a direct relationship with Leonardo da Vinci. Basically, this is a great tribute to Leonardo da Vinci. And I want to conclude this lecture on this real story, that Leonardo da Vinci's manuscript Codex Leicester was found and it was placed for auction, and Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, he paid $30.8 million to buy it. Nobody else was capable to pay such a big amount, and he got the real handwritten diary of Leonardo da Vinci. What is in this Codex Leicester? The Codex Leicester provides an insight into the inquiring mind of the definitive Renaissance artist, scientists and thinkers, as well as an exceptional illustration of the link between art and science and the creativity of the scientific process. Basically, this diary, this book, which has 75 pages, in this book he has written his ideas, he has written his own drawings, and how has he connected science, ideas, thoughts, social benefit, human benefit. That's why the greatest contribution of Renaissance for the human beings is that human beings started to think about benefits of human beings. Now all research, all ideas are centered on benefits of human beings, that what will your research give benefits to human beings. As Islam says, Holy Quran says, Khairun nas man yanfa'un nas. The best person is he who gives benefits to others. And the same humanism concept was presented and propagated by Leonardo da Vinci. If you have any question, any queries, you should contact me through Google Classroom. I'll answer your queries. If there is need of any other thing, I can send you some more videos or audios. Feel free to ask anything. I hope you would be able to understand the concept of Renaissance period. Thank you so much. Good luck.